It escalates quickly, right? It's
yeah, just like monkeys. They're like Pokemon. I'm trying to catch them.
That's awesome.
And welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Same old stuff.
You know, we're back to our consistency. This is the third in a row that we're back consistently.
It still doesn't feel very
It
consistent.
doesn't feel
I'm still
like
flying,
it. Yeah, but for our viewers, this is where we're back. We're on track again.
Yes.
This episode is brought to you by
Katie with Monarch Pine. So if you are looking for jewelry findings or metal blanks, make sure to check her out, monarchpine.com, and use code Riley Black for 10% off.
That's right. And patrons, you get a deeper discount. So be sure to join TRBP Hangout Facebook group if you're a patron, where we have our discount codes, our exclusive After Darks, and all the perks.
We finally had one this weekend.
Yep. All of our perks for our patrons, you get it there. And if you're not a patron yet, no worries. The Riley Black Project Community Facebook group. That's where you join in and join the conversation there.
For free.
For our Gen Pop.
Yes.
But today is going to be a fun one.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be a fun one. Listen, you've heard the story before. Started off as a side gig. Now it's the main hustle. All that's well and fine. But our guests today have monkeys. Like monkeys. Not just their kids. Our kids are monkeys, but they're humans. But they're like actual monkeys with like diapers and stuff, and we'll get to meet them later on in the show. But welcome to the show, Ashley and Bethany of 143 MTD. What's going on?
Not much. How are you guys? Thank you all for having us.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Yeah, definitely. You guys might hear the monkeys in the background, so yeah, they'll pop back.
Awesome. What is the 143 MTD? What does that stand for? Because people always ask us who Riley is.
Right.
So I have to ask, what's the 143 and what does MTD stand for?
This was an accident. Me and another girl had started a long time ago, about 6 years ago. It started a design company. We were just doing it. It was called TNA Designs. You can imagine that went real well. We quickly dissolved that, and I went to My Twisted Designs, all spelled out with a Z at the end. Let me tell you what, telling people to give that order, like those orders, right. My Twisted Designs with a Z is horrible. Yeah. So 143 was logo for I love you. Something I always use with my kids. Right. A lot of people have used it. MTD, My Twisted Design. So 143 MTD is a lot easier than My Twisted Designs with a Z.com.
Yeah.
So that's how this was totally an accident. We were a side gig slinging epoxy cups several years ago.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you started with epoxy cups and then it just escalated into all these other things, right?
Yeah, it turned into vinyl, and then it turned into, people wanted colorful things, and layering vinyl was not my forte. When sublimation came out, so we hit sublimation, and then DTF came out, and that was our big blow up, was DTF. So, and then lasers came, and so, we got all kinds of everything in here.
So how far in did the lasers come in?
The lasers
and which ones?
The lasers came in about 3 years ago. We were over in Quincy, Illinois. We've been, and we started out in a 10 by 20 she shed, like in my backyard. And we grew to different brick and mortar buildings, things like that. And about 3 years ago, over in Quincy, Illinois, I bought my first X tool, P2 laser. I had no idea what I was doing. So, and then we grew, and we had got Thunder. We got a Houtian 15 watt UV laser in here now. That thing's amazing. I love that thing. And then we have commercial DTF printers and UV DTF, and we're working on some UV flatbeds. So
nice.
All of it works well with the lasers and the glass. We really like doing glass with that UV. So
yeah, I've heard great things about the UV lasers for anybody who does the glass stuff. I don't love working with glass or anything breakable. So it's one laser that, like, for now that I can be like, I don't actually need that one. All the rest of them I need them, but that one I'm like, not right now.
Teaser, stay tuned for the life update to find out what we got.
Oh, I did buy a new laser though. Yeah, that's
so that's a teaser. So you guys stay through the end to find out.
There you go.
In the life update.
If the monkeys aren't enough,
yes, we got it. We got a new yet another laser.
Yeah, but we're gonna sell one.
Yes, we'll sell one. Yeah. All that life update.
So what were you doing prior when this was your side gig, or what were you doing prior to being a business owner?
I actually was still a business owner.
Okay.
I had a call center, a virtual call center for about 13 years. This was back before working from home was cool. Back in like 2010-ish, I started that call center. I had contracts with like Carnival and Disney and Ajero and all these just different Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
It's cheaper for them to do their.
I didn't realize that you could like start a call center.
Right.
I was scared. Because, we had a little fees and stuff like that. But yeah, you could totally start. And I did that for 13 years. And then I decided that was no fun. And so
that sounds a lot more fun.
Right before that, I was in law enforcement and corrections. So that didn't sound fun either. This is a lot more fun.
Yeah, I bet. The customers are easier to deal with, right? Sometimes.
Yep. I don't know. Sometimes these t-shirt hat people, man. I don't know. I love them all, but we got to get those t-shirts.
Right.
I had some clients started asking me about patches, engraved patches. And I was like, back in the day, I was like, I don't know anything about that. So I got on board with X Tool and bought that. That's how I ended up, was leatherette, bringing that in here. Now we have glass and metal and actually monarch pine. She's amazing.
Nice.
She's
the best.
We have her inventory in here as well. So we also had an F1 Ultra X Tool Thunder. So all kinds of lasers going on in here too.
Yeah. It escalates quickly, right? It's
just like monkeys. They're like Pokemon. I'm trying to catch them.
That's awesome. Your daughter.
Bethany's like, oh my God, Mom.
I love
Pokemon, really?
Yeah. That's what I tell people. They're like, how? Because all my monkeys are all 3 different breeds. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to catch them all, guys.
Right?
Yeah.
So what was even the post that the monkeys were mentioned on? I don't even remember, but like it was the laser in the laser group, and then somehow the monkeys got brought up, and I was like, excuse me, ma'am, I need you and your monkeys on our laser podcast.
So I remember which group it was. Who posted? Stephanie made a post that said, describe what you do and make it sound illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And my post was people watch me play with my monkey all day and I get paid to DTF, which is illegal in all states except for Nevada.
I love how the camera just zoomed in.
Yeah.
Why is the camera doing that?
Don't know, but it was perfect timing.
Oh, that was
reaction.
funny.
So yeah, that's how Bethany. That's how I met Crystal. Yeah. I told one of my dearest friends. I told one of my dearest friends after you and I talked. I was like, "Oh my gosh, can you believe I'm gonna be, on the Riley Black project?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've met them." She got to Danny from Laser Mama. She's like, "Oh, I got to meet Crystal. She's so sweet." So,
yay!
Pretty excited.
I love it.
Well,
yeah, when I saw the monkeys and like we were talking, and like for one, it was hilarious too because like I asked her, I was like, just tell me like a little bit like about you, and she like it was not long, but like she was like, hopefully that wasn't like too much, because then there are the people who like, oh my God, there was one person who went on for forever. I was like, no, literally like really brief, like just a couple sentences. But she was like, hopefully that wasn't too much, and I was like, no, that was perfect. So it's like when you found like your people, like I'm like, I'd much rather you overshare, because then there's the ones where you ask and you're like, oh, so how long have you been doing this? And they'll be like, 2015. And you're like,
okay,
you expand a little bit more. Yeah, so
7 minutes left.
Right.
So I'm wondering one thing that I find interesting always is the feelings of when you jump from when you go out on your own, right? So when you leave your 9 to 5, in this case you were already a business owner, but when you decided
especially
to make
law enforcement, right?
Like
the pensions, like obviously regular hours, like the security of the job, to then something like the call center, right. And then also
start your own
like this stuff.
Yeah. How was that, like the emotions involved in it and your decision making process?
I think once I got a taste of getting out of the corporate world and not having a boss and somebody to tell me when I could go on break. I mean, that first 13 years of being a business owner, I worked 24/7 and I didn't make crap. Like,
right.
It was a horrible job, horrible company I started. I mean, it was just awful. And this thing took off, and it was just like, I could not be more thankful. I couldn't be like, there's no way in heck. My son is actually in law enforcement now, and I see the stuff that he goes through, and I'm just like,
right.
No, let's go sling patches and transfers and stuff. Let's get out of that law enforcement.
Right.
So, it was a huge relief. I'm definitely blessed. I'm thankful for what we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have we made friends with two. Well, one I think is still an officer.
Who?
And one just left, and they both run mobile coffee shops. Well, one just opened a brick and mortar, from mobile to brick and mortar, and the other one's still doing like the
and
part-time.
She's young too. She's like, I mean, early 20s. She's probably 23, 25 maybe. And so, you know, it's her only job she's had. You know, she went straight from like school to law enforcement. And, you know, only a few years in, she was already like, you know, this is difficult and not what she thought it was going to be. And then she just, you know, decided to try a mobile coffee shop, and she's killing it and doing amazing, and actually just already retired as a police officer and is now opening the brick and mortar. So yeah, it's tough.
It is definitely. I'm envious of all the law enforcement that can do it. It takes a lot to definitely do it.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I was just
that's exciting.
Who was I telling? Oh no, I think my ADHD appointment that I had today, because she was asking about
more on that on the life update
right?
as well. Stay tuned.
Literally, I've only been talking about going to get an appointment for like 2 years, and I finally went to one today. But she was asking about like job or like whatever, right? And then I was saying, you know, how I was self-employed and how like just, you know, we don't make a ton of money right now, especially trying to grow yours because you're also self-employed now as well. And so we don't have the security of that paycheck. And, you know, we're definitely not like rolling, you know, we're not like making the big bucks yet. But like when I think about going back to work and working for someone else, I'm like, oh no. Like I joke that I'm feral. I'm probably similar to the monkeys. Like you want me to be somewhere at a certain time and work whatever hours you tell me.
Out. Like to make appointments on time, it's hard to be on time.
Well, listen, a 9:00 appointment that was somewhat unplanned because my appointment was supposed to be in July. They called me like end of July. They called me Thursday like afternoon, and they were like, "Hey, we have an opening for Monday at 9 a.m." And I'm like, fuck, it's gonna throw off my whole day. And it did. It threw off our whole morning. But I'm glad I finally went, and you know we made it work. But it's
sure.
Yeah. ADHD makes everything difficult. You have one appointment and your whole day is shot. So, you know, you have 2 commitments by noon.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Right.
And this is the rare occasion that we have a you know, like your daughter's right next to you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask Bethany, how is it seeing your mom having, because like in school you kind of told, I mean, I don't know about today, but when I was going to school, it was like, you know, you go to get a job, like you get your education to get a job to work for, essentially to work for somebody. But you see your mom breaking that mold and being successful. How is that? And can you relate to friends? Are some of your friends' parents also entrepreneurs?
I only really remember her having one job, like outside of this, like her own, but I don't see her doing anything else. I don't know. Good.
Is it inspiring for you to do, like, not go into the corporate field and like start your own or follow your own passions?
I'm starting to. I actually just had my last kid, and I went back to work after taking off for a month, and then I came back for 2 weeks, and I left her again because I don't want to do it anymore. But I missed doing it at the same time. But I want to be home with my kids.
Right.
So I'm trying to start something up on the side. Basically doing what she does, just without the monkeys.
Just without the monkeys.
She's been with me she's been with me full time for the last several years. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at. So I just recently lost her oldest. I've got a 5-year-old grandbaby, and then she just had another one. And she just went to part-time, like 9 hours a week in the nighttime, and I never see her, and it's sad now, but it gives her the ability to be home with her kids, and I got that luxury too, so I guess I won't complain.
I mean, having that flexibility, especially with small kids, is where it really became important to us. Like right before I had our oldest, I was starting to get like frustrated with the corporate world. It was kind of the thing where like you can only move up so much without a degree. So then I went to college part-time for 11 years to get the degree so I could make more, because I was already topped out and I was like 25, 28. And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to like stay here and wait for cost of living increase, and this is like as high as I can go just because I don't have a degree. So I went, got the degree, and then, having a kid, that added some difficulty. The having to come back. I mean, they at least had decent like maternity leave,
right?
But it was they gave me 8 weeks at least, but then I had to take like 2 weeks unpaid. Well, it wasn't unpaid. I had to use 2 weeks of vacation. But then coming back and just, when your kids are sick or they have anything going on, we lived 45 minutes away on a good day from, where I worked. And so if there's anything like at school or whatever in the middle of the day, I couldn't just go there and come back. I'd have to either take the afternoon off, the day off.
Yeah.
If they're sick, one of us, we were having to choose whoever had the most vacation time. Mm-hmm. And now, so then we moved to another state. Yep. And so I had to quit that job. And I already didn't like that job anyway. That's why we kind of, thought about leaving and, moving to another state. And then I stayed home. And then now, just working for yourself and being able to, go to those doctor's appointments and not have to worry about like what time are they at, or only getting afternoon appointments, or their little like award ceremonies and stuff that they have. And like the kindergarten graduation, or not kindergarten, pre-K.
Yeah.
It was adorable. He was singing like all the songs and like having the time of, and of course it's in the like 10 a.m. I think it was. And so like if you have a regular job,
it was in the middle of the day if you had a regular job, like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But we were able to make it happen. And I was in the time when, before we moved up here where we were in our other house, I was working news, so I had like a regular. It wasn't 9 to 5. It was like 2:30 to midnight. But I was watching her business grow and actually like, it went from like just basically covering its own expenses to now actually like covering that and contributing, and then like just growing, and I was a little like, man, like, so there was the fear of doing it myself. But then there was also a bit of not jealousy, but like, man, I wish I could do that. Kind of feeling.
Prior to that, he told me he had zero interest in working for himself.
Yeah,
and
I didn't have.
It's fun over here.
I didn't have. I didn't have like an example. I didn't have. None of my family was an entrepreneur or self-employed or anything like that, and it was always like, you lay your roots in a company, you get that that like, what is it, like whatever equity in that company, and then you go up the ladder, right like we're told, like when you're in school and when you're young, you get a good job and then you retire, and then then you can live life, right? Pretty much is kind of like how it's packaged, right? And meanwhile it's like or I can do it on my own and like make my own schedule, which is 24/7. Right. No one told me that part. But it's like, oh, cool. I'm going to quit my 8-hour-a-day job to work 24 hours a day for myself. But it does, those 24 hours, in those 8 hours, it feels like you're stuck in those 24 hours, even though you can't really do what you want. Right. You feel like you can do what you want. And so, and then of course, COVID kind of like, for a lot of us in the makers field or whatever, kind of like open that gate and kind of force the side hustle to become the main hustle. Right. A lot of times.
Well, and it didn't force that for him, but it did make it more difficult for him to move up and get a better hours.
Right. Well, and then I did also see now there were more and more examples of people starting their own thing and kind of took the fear away. Because like everyone was almost forced to, or they just played the limbo game. So I was seeing on social media, like my friends, like, one started catching iguanas and he turned that into an actual like contract thing, because here in Florida iguanas are invasive and you can catch them he didn't need to get any special permit or anything. He basically just got a BB gun and started doing it. And turned it into a business that he is now doing. Like he could have totally went back to hospitality in the hotels, but instead he's like, well, this is more lucrative and I can make my own schedule, and he's made a name for himself.
That's the key, to making their own schedule.
Yeah. So that's it's always interesting to find your mindset when you go from corporate to venturing out to yourself.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so I was going to say, before we get on to the monkeys, let's talk about, so you do offer actually some stuff that potentially like laser owners could benefit from. So the DTF, like prints and stuff, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we do a lot of the lasering, of course. Glass, pretty much we have lasers in here that'll do anything. But I know that there's a lot of lasers companies, that's got that. So our DTF, we sell them by the gang sheets. The website's super smart. It tells you if you're out of resolution or anything like that. We also sell UV DTF, which are the stickers.
Nice.
So people put these on their car windows. They put them on semis. There's a lot of people replacing the vinyl wrapping and just doing them. Put them on derby cars, race cars. We do offer embroidery hats as well. We also offer the crewnecks. The split crewnecks is actually the thing that is viral for us right now. So I had never touched a sewing machine before, and I'm 42. Never touched a sewing machine before. I'm sorry. Bethany's going to catch me here. I tried to touch it. It's sitting in storage somewhere. Long story short, a girl in Idaho actually was sending me, I was outsourcing some split crew necks from her, and back in December, and I forgot to post them. And back in April, just a few months ago, we posted them in April, guys, and they went viral. And she calls me, she goes, "You're going to have to figure out how to make these too, because you sold too many of them." So I learned how to do that really quick, and now we've sold over 1,000 of them every 2 weeks. We keep running pre-orders, so I don't know why people are buying this stuff in the summertime, but so
nice.
DTF crew necks. We're a shop that does a little bit of everything. We do a lot of branded merchandise, a lot of custom work, that you won't find on the website, but DTF and UV DTF is pretty much our baby with a little bit of lasers. So
I love it.
Yeah, with we've said it all the time with the uptick in UV printing and just the cost to enter UV printing is so much that companies like yours, where you can order the DTF, the UV DTF, you still get the UV, the full color capabilities
without
and
having
logos,
to own the printer,
without having to make that investment just yet, and get you there. Ordering them in gang sheets or just putting in the orders for the DTF is a great resource to have.
What UV printer do you have?
I actually just upgraded both of my roll-to-rolls are Spartans. I got them out of a company in St. Louis. It's called RJ's, and just upgraded both of them.
Nice. What was your question before I introduced you?
No, it was that. What machines was she running for UV? Yeah.
All right, now where's the monkeys?
All right, let me go grab them real quick. We'll do the two littles first, and then we'll bring Ruck. So let me grab the littles real quick.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.
The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Monarch Pine.
Monarch Pine is your trusted source for premium laser blanks and jewelry findings. From large loop earring hooks made specifically for acrylic and wood earrings to laser-tested stainless steel necklace and bracelet blanks, they have everything you need to bring your creative ideas to life.
As a maker, you know the value of quality supplies. And that's exactly what Monarch Pine delivers. Whether you're crafting as a hobby or running a full-time business, their products make it easy to design confidently and create stunning pieces.
Head to monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack to get 10% off your order. Riley Black patrons get an even bigger discount, so don't miss out.
While you're at it, join the Monarch Pine Craft Supply Insiders Facebook group. It's a vibrant community where makers share tips, inspiration, and their incredible creations.
Monarch Pine, where your creativity takes center stage. Visit monarchpine.com and use code RileyBlack today.
Not tomorrow.
Today. So, Bethany, what are your thoughts on the monkeys?
You're also my monkey sitter. So.
Yeah, I'm the monkey sitter when she needs a break. They do go everywhere with her. There's not many places. They've gone more places than I've gone. And they went kayaking. They went to the casino and
oh my gosh,
places. But seeing her with them, I don't think I could do it. Whenever she first got the first one, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything cooler, and I wanted one, but they're a lot of money. And seeing
they're
her
probably
now,
a lot of work too.
they are. They're just like a baby, but they don't grow to do their own things.
Right.
They're not that independent. Yeah. They're already in her hair.
I love it. I'm so excited.
And it's not even in person.
I like being the godmother. I can take them whenever I want and spoil
Right.
them.
Yeah. It's like, babysitting or like babies are super cute when they're other people's babies now. Oh my God. I didn't even see that one at first.
Okay. So I've been with my boyfriend for almost 3 years and I didn't have any monkeys. And I told him when we started dating, I said, I want monkeys. He's like, yeah, right. Every girl wants monkeys. And I'm like, you don't know me. He's playing right now. And
so fast.
Yes. This right here is my oldest. Oh, now she's playing with her bud. Her name is Chaos. Believe it or not, she's full grown. She's only 0.8 pounds. This is the biggest she'll ever get.
Oh,
you say hi?
Oh.
She's afraid of shoes for some reason.
Well,
so her name is Chaos. You want to go see Bethany? Yeah. And this little girl, and so she's 18 months old, so she's full grown. And this little girl is about 15 months old, and her name is Havoc.
Said hi.
Right?
Havoc and Chaos.
She's a cotton top tamarin, and she's actually endangered in the wild. So it's pretty cool to have her.
Mm-hmm. So how did the monkeys happen? So it's one thing to want them, but then to actually go through and get them, like what was that process like? And obviously the legalities, right? They have to be legal where you're at.
Right. You got to check your state. And even after you check, did she take it?
No, I took it out.
Okay.
So
she's a nose ring thief. And she took it so fast, and hers was missing. I thought she took it. Yeah, you definitely got to check your state, and then within your state, you got to check your county, and then within your county, you got to check your state.
Yeah.
I have 143 MTD. I was my own business owner. I had grandbabies at the time, and I'm like, what else am I going to do with the rest of my life? Let's
right.
do this. I brought this one home at 11:30 at night, like it was a stray cat. My boyfriend was in bed and asleep, and he was like, "What did you just do?" And so, we got these two, and I'm like, well, I have 2 more monkeys. One's a really dream monkey that I really wanted to get. And after I got her, I'll bring her in a minute. She killed my thought of getting a 4th monkey ever. I'm done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Our second child did that.
How does one, like, did you always want monkey? What started it?
I told my grandma when I was 7 I wanted monkeys. That's pretty much all it was.
Did you like see it on TV? Was it like at the zoo? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably. I have no idea. I mean, I've always liked them. I've never been like fascinated I've always brought home like the ferrets and the raccoons and the possums. I brought home baby possums once. I took them to the beach and took them swimming with me. I mean, if it's normal, I did the opposite on everything.
Right.
And so I actually had one monkey before all of these, another little marmoset. We lost him. And I thought my monkeys was over. And I'm like, But then I got her and she changed my world for me. And then we went to her. And let me go grab the other one.
Okay.
Come here. Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
They're so cute. But yeah, crazy.
Right?
They're fast.
They are very fast.
Have they ever gotten out?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Her heart rate has dropped, and like Ashley's face just. So in the shop, there's like these little beams. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and at one of them, there's like a hole cut out in the ceiling where they used to like do some work or something. And Chaos was small enough to go up in there, and we really thought she was gone. Like she almost walked in there. I was actually not here that day, and Ashley was by herself, and she ended up calling me, crying because she could not catch her monkey. Finally caught her, but once that diaper comes off to do diaper change, she thinks she's the fastest thing ever.
She's free. That's funny.
So those other 2 that you just seen, they have a lifespan of like 10, 15 years. And this girl has a lifespan of 40.
So it's kind of like what is it? Like, so I have actually been hesitant in getting like a tortoise because they live for so long that, you know.
Hey, hold on. Yeah, I heard tortoises are like, you have to have like several generations that would be.
Yeah.
Depending on the
some birds,
species.
like parrots and stuff, you have to like leave them in your will to someone.
Yeah, we have some, so here where we are, gopher tortoises are protected. And we have a brush right next door that has, I think, 2. I think there are 2 turtles, and they come in our front yard all the time. So that's kind of like our unofficial pet tortoise.
Yeah.
Because we know where they are and we know their markings. Yeah. So like we see that we don't feed them or anything, but we just kind of say hi when they're in our yard.
Yeah, he was funny. He was in our yard today when we got home from the appointment, and he was just like eating the grass, and then all of a sudden he was like booking it, and I was like, why is he going so fast? Well, our neighbor had out the leaf blower.
Yeah, just finished mowing his grass,
and so he was like, nope, I don't know what that is, and started booking it. So it was funny because they can move pretty fast when they want to get away.
now this. I guess it's species or this kind. This is what I thought they all were gonna be, because this is what is this one again? What is it called? What are they called?
This one's a black-faced capuchin.
Capuchin. I think right. Aren't those like the most common? Like, or
you see them a lot more in movies.
You see them, the movie Night at the Museum. Dexter on there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's
and also
that's a black adult.
Ace Ventura. I think he had one too.
Yep. And they don't sit. They don't sit still, as you can see.
Yeah, right.
Most just to play. She's 10 months old. She'll be a baby for 5 years. So we have a lot of baby in her.
Yeah. Also, I guess less favorable movie is Outbreak. That featured one too.
So did you just like Google like monkeys for sale near me? Like, how did you?
Actually, that's what I started. And then I started seeing, them for really cheap. And then I started seeing really high prices. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've been researching for like 3-5 years. It's not just something you can get into. I should probably research this one out a little bit more before. But and I had gotten involved with a breeder, and I lost my first monkey, as I mentioned earlier. And of course, I went social media, and I'm just like, I wasn't ready to give up. I wanted to try again. And I had a couple people reach out to me and say, hey, this is, you didn't do nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. And I met an amazing lady. She brokers and breeds them. And so now if I want anything, I just go to her. And I know that, they were getting a good one. Might be rotten monkey, but we're going to get a good one.
Right.
So my boyfriend, bless his heart, he had we've only been together for like 3 years. I've had him just a little bit longer than I've had the monkey. And bless his heart, that second one, the middle and the black and white one, that's pretty much his monkey. And she was everywhere with him. And he's such a good monkey dog. He didn't ask for all this.
We have a kind of a similar story, not monkeys, but when we were dating, she said that she always wanted a pig.
Yeah.
And I had always said I wanted a pig too. So
and I was like, wait, what?
And so that was one thing. And then like fast forward, I guess a couple years or whatever, we decided to like research it, and we got ourselves a pig, and she's still with us. She's outside. We can't bring her on set because I can't put her up here, and she doesn't like being inside. She likes being outside.
We bring her inside for like the storms and stuff, and she hates it. She's like, leave me out here. So
she likes the freedom.
She used to be an inside pig though, especially when she was a lot smaller. When we got her, she was 5 pounds. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but now she's probably 100 and something.
Would you babysit a pig for me too?
I would. Hell yeah.
So
yeah, and in our area,
Fun.
you do have to check your city ordinance and state or whatever. So here where we are, you can have one pig per house, which luckily, that was the case because we did have one. Right. And she was worried.
I wasn't sure about the technicalities of it because what I read was like you almost had to get like approval from like the neighbors around you and stuff, and I was like, well, it's we already have her and we're moving there, so we just hoped it wasn't an issue.
And I told her, I'm like, what we'll do is we'll have her pen outside in the back, like we do, and then we'll just hurry up and put the fence, because when we bought the house it didn't have a fence. Yeah. So like then we'll just put a fence and then no one will even know. She doesn't make any noise. There's no way there's no way to know that she's there, when she's in her pen, because she doesn't make any noise really unless it's time to eat. And even then, it's not super loud. But then we find out when we move in and we talk to a neighbor, we find out that our immediate next door neighbor has a pig.
They have one too.
So we're like, oh, we're good. We're golden.
Yeah. We're like, oh, and we just become best friends.
Right, and obviously we became best friends. They're like the best neighbors ever.
They really are.
We share a fence that has a door in it.
Yeah, they added
they opened their fence
that opens in between our yards,
so that the pigs.
They don't yet.
Yeah,
but
no.
we
sadly
we
tried. Sadly, the original, when we first moved here, the pig they had,
they lost
the pig in a storm.
Yeah.
But they didn't really get along too well. So Piggy is how old is she now? 10?
No, I think 11 or 12.
11 or 12. She's 11 or 12 years old, and she's been a solo pig her whole life, aside from when she was a baby.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really she doesn't take much from other pigs, apparently.
Yeah.
She doesn't
because they have rank.
Yeah. Yeah.
In she's they have a hierarchy.
Yeah.
And she's like, unless you're gonna let me be top, I'm gonna constantly fight for
and she's
top.
And she even now she's still a runt when you put her, because their pig was a lot younger than Piggy was, and he was a lot bigger than she was.
He was a big boy.
But she didn't take anything from him.
She
was like, I don't care. This is my world. You just live in it.
Yeah.
I saw a video where, which one is this one?
Ruckus.
Yeah, I saw her messing with that same. Is that her water bottle?
No, it might as well be. Yeah, she tore it up, ripped it up. Shit, yeah, might as well be.
Well, so similar to her, like you said, basically a baby until 5 with, so our pig's name is Piggy Smalls, the notorious PIG.
I love that, Piggy Smalls.
But they are like toddlers for life. Wow. So like when you get them, like they, their temperament is very similar to toddler. Attitude, personality, very stubborn. Oh my God. When she went into her first heat, we were like, it was, and we didn't know.
Right.
Because, she was new to us and we had only had her for like, I think a couple months, and we had already scheduled her spay, but it wasn't, time yet. Yeah. And we're like, what is going on? She was being like just an ultimate bitch. It was not listening. And we're like, what is going on? And then when we took her to her appointment, they're like, oh yeah, she's in heat. And we're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
That makes more sense now.
Right?
Yeah. They're good to go at 6 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At 6 months, they can have a litter of their own, which is great, which is why, especially in areas like Texas, hogs, why they become such a huge problem, because they have huge litters, and then they're ready to reproduce after 6 months, which is crazy.
Yeah. She's fun though.
The marmoset, the smallest one, she takes 18 months, and then the cotton top's 2 years, and then she's gonna be able to till 5 to 7 years.
Oh wow.
Okay. Be able to.
That makes sense, especially with a 40-year lifespan.
Right.
Yeah. I told Bethany, she might outlive me, and you're going to be next in line to get her.
That was my next question. I was like, is she yours? When
my other 2 children don't really have much. They like hanging out with them and stuff like that. But Bethany pretty much, if I got to leave or something and leave them and somebody's scared, they go to Bethany. Don't you?
Well, and you take them to work with you too, right?
Yep, they've got cages here, and they have cages at the house, and they have cages at her house. Everywhere. Don't you?
It's like car seats.
Yeah, it's like car seats when the family who watches them. We got them in all the cars, so we didn't have to keep moving them from car to car.
I actually did a diaper station once when it worked, one at the house and one in my car.
Nice.
I don't have to take it back and forth.
Nice.
You want to talk?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So do the three, do they get along? Because I saw you brought out the first two, and then now you brought her out separately. Do they get along at all, or?
They do for the most part, but this one is quite a bit bigger than the other two. Hey, you can't have that glass.
And it looks like more of a handful.
Yeah, and more of a handful. And she's just a baby, so sometimes she wants to play with the other two. And they're old adults. They're like, nah, we don't,
Right?
Want
Like,
all
leave me
that.
alone.
So we got to teach her boundaries, and she doesn't know what those are yet. Do you?
Right.
You don't know what those are. She's crazy.
Can you talk? You're not going to talk to us today?
So when you say and I think you actually told me that you said she can talk. So what can she say, or how does the communication work?
Well, so with the capuchin, they won't actually use words. The
Right.
The cotton top will sing to you. My boyfriend can do really well. Like she can, I've got a couple videos on there. You can talk to her and she's going to start making noises back. Now the capuchins, though, we can start doing more like sign language. Like she can see if she's hungry, or if she's got a dirty diaper, she'll start, patting, just certain things that we can start teaching. Nice. There's several viral monkeys on TikTok that we've watched and kind of picked up some tips and tricks on what they're doing. There's one that cooks bacon and folds clothes and snaps green beans, and I'm like, I need that monkey.
Right? I know. That's what I think when I see all these little kids who started small businesses and stuff. There was one where he was going door to door and he was selling he was cleaning trash cans. And then we went to a laser meetup, and there was a kid there who was 12, but he started when he was 10, and he has his own laser. He has a glow forge and wants a sandblaster and all this other stuff. And, talking about how many orders, he had more outstanding orders than I did or several of my friends did. And I was like, man, my kids are slacking. Right?
Come on. I got a 23-year-old son. Come on. Where's he at?
Right? Yeah. You want some new Pokemon cards, or you want some new shoes? All right. Well, let's start selling some keychains or something for it.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a little girl on TikTok. She's probably 8 or 9, and she's got a 3D printer, and it's crazy to see some of the things that she has taught herself in her mind. I can't fathom that brain at 9 years old.
And that's so I love that, right? I love, because I've always been creative, but I never, again, much like we said with the entrepreneurship, we didn't have the example of entrepreneurs really in our family or in our near circle. And so, but my mom did, as she could, leaned into the creativity and stuff. And my mom, she was the kind to go take randomly take a cake decorating class and learn. And then all of a sudden she's decorating cakes or, just stuff like that. So she would lean into her own, and she didn't ever plan on opening up a bakery, but it was just fun. It was something
she taught herself. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And so, doing that with your kids too, even whether it turns into a job or it just is something they do, JR, he's really good at drawing. And, we tell him all, because he's always he loves to color together, and he was like, how do you guys color so well? And I'm like, well, honey, I'm 42 years old. I've been coloring for a while. That's how. I'm like, you're 8. Right. And I was like, but you can draw way better than I can. So, I try to and lean into that, encourage the stuff, especially if they like it, to encourage them to do more of that. I love that now about just, I don't know if it's the times and stuff, where before, you'd maybe let them play in it a little bit, but you didn't really really lean into it.
Well, because you had to get them ready for.
Yeah, you got to go to school and you have to go to college.
Work.
Yeah. So.
So we're nearing the end for our Gen Pop. So let's tell everyone where they can find you.
Hold on. Okay.
Chasing a monkey.
They can
That's
find
where
you
they
chasing
find,
monkeys.
right?
Yeah, you find me chasing a monkey. So we are on Did you want me to say?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on Facebook and for 143 MTD. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, and then our website is 143mtd.com. If you want to follow these guys, they have their own little page. It's Ruckus Ktagious, just like it sounds, K and then Tagious. They're on Facebook and they're on TikTok as well. All three of them.
We'll put that in the description too.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to but so Ruckus Ktagious, and then we're on TikTok and Facebook at 143mtd. For any custom branded merchandise you might need or transfers.
Yeah, that's so
awesome. And then there's a
and the code RBP10 is the 10% code, 10% off for
Yeah, all your transfers.
For the DTF transfers.
Okay.
You get DTF,
and then
UV DTF, glitter DTF, and then sublimation. So 10% off.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
And there's a bigger discount, of course.
For our patrons. And head over to Patreon for more monkey talk if you want the the extended interview. And see what Ruckus gets into.
Right?
But that'll do it for our Gen Pop life updates coming up next. And we're back. Life update time. And for once, we have so much to talk about.
We do.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess let's start with our most recent purchase.
Oh, okay.
So what did you get and maybe why? Well, we kind of alluded to it.
Away.
We kind of alluded to it last episode.
We did.
Not alluded to. We flat out talked about.
Yeah.
What we're pivoting to.
Don't tell Connie, but I bought an F2 and I'm gonna sell my fiber.
Yeah.
So I want to get into jewelry.
Right.
I want to test it out. Want to try it out. See how it goes. For a couple of reasons, which I think we talked about on the last episode. And the Connie and Emily's course was, again, amazing. We used it several times to help us in a bind when we were trying to figure something out. But I love the F2. One is it's portable if I ever want to do that. That's a strong. It's probably not likely, but I do want that flexibility and that option. I do like it being closed. I like it having a camera. And just with the X-Tool software being a little bit more user-friendly.
Yeah.
The course was great. And I was like, you know what, because I was ready to sell the fiber before the course.
Yeah.
And Connie was like, please, give it a shot, try the course. And again, the course did help us many times in orders that we had that were new for the fiber and figuring out how to find our settings. And the stuff that we've done on the fiber have been thanks to the course.
Right.
So I will say that. It's just it needs more from me than I have to give.
Well, I think also too, another thing is that it's not part of our
it's big.
It's big. I mean, it's hard to say it's big when you compare it next to a 5.
That's what I mean. So I'm comparing it.
I feel like even
to
a 3D
an
printer
F2
is bigger, or probably about the same size.
True.
But yes,
comparing it to an F2 and our limited amount of space with all the shit that we have, like it takes up less space. And again, being closed, I feel more comfortable running it around the kids.
I think ultimately what it is that it doesn't fit in with what we do regularly. Right. So
we're using it like once
here and there
every couple months.
And what we're using it for in those instances, we can also use, even the F1 if we really needed to. Like if we were in a pinch and we didn't have the fiber, we sold the fiber, and then we get it. We could do it with the F1.
Take a lot longer.
But it's that one job here and there that we can afford for it to take a little longer because it's not like we're trying. Not like the plaques that you just did. How many did you do? Like 30 some? Right.
Yeah. No.
So we're not pumping out things like that with the fiber. So for a lot of the time, it just sits there.
Yeah.
So, and you want to get into jewelry, and that's kind of like not really its thing.
Again, it can do
it.
It
can do
just
it.
Annealing is a little bit tougher on finding your annealing settings are a
Right.
little bit tougher
Right.
on the the fiber.
And the
so.
fact that a lot of people do use the F2 for jewelry
all the time.
there's
yeah.
more resources and
Yep.
more like settings for that. They're
More
like,
support.
yeah, it's like if you do ask for settings, like, oh, well, I
What
use
do
my
you-
F2 and I use these settings.
Yeah, what do you use your 50
So-
watt JPT Hautien for Katie's blanks? And it's
Right.
like there's not going to be as many
Right.
people with the F2. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I use these settings. Everyone's going to
Exactly.
be like, yeah, me too.
Start here, right?
know?
Yeah. So
So,
for all those
yeah.
reasons, we're out.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So yeah.
So I bought an F2 this weekend. I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm excited about it. Yeah, I'm excited to sell the Hautien
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully give it to you're gonna buy it. Sell it to someone who's actually going to use
Right,
it, right? Because I think there's the fiber. A lot of people fell victim to big plans, seeing all the
Yeah.
things that people are making, not realizing how much of a learning curve there can be. With the
Yeah.
fiber. And if you are on that end, I highly recommend I think it's did they call it fiber focused?
Fiber.
Anyway, the course from Connie with Fiber Focused, and Emily, that mom with the laser. So check that out if you have a fiber that's been sitting there unused. Use it or sell it, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense to have a ton of equipment that we're not using,
Right.
which is part of the reason,
Right.
I wanted to kind of not really sell it, but like exchange it, right? I still want
Right.
that capability. But I just want, it to take less space. Oh, and I also got it comes with the air filter.
Oh, you got the fume extractor or whatever.
Fume extractor. And
Nice.
I thought that would either help us in placement potentially if we don't want to, put it where the fiber is currently.
if it's
but I'm also thinking about potentially venting the Eufy make.
Oh, okay.
And so maybe we vent the Eufy make instead of that, and we have, you know what I mean? So just tossing around different ideas,
options,
having the flexibility. I wanted that flexibility if I needed it. And so, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I think it ships pretty quickly. So we should have it hopefully by the next episode, which reminds me we should probably take pictures and list the 50
Fiber.
watt GPT if anyone is in the Florida
'cause
area
we're not
and wants
shipping
to
it.
come get it. We're not shipping it. But if you want to come get it,
I mean, if you want to take a road trip
shoot
from
me
wherever
an
you
offer,
are.
right? That's what I mean. If you're willing
Yeah.
to come to Central Florida and you want to buy it, then it's
Yeah.
yours.
And maybe we could schedule it on a Monday and you could be on the podcast. And we could talk
Right?
about it in person, then you take it.
Kill two birds with one stone. But yeah, and then let's see what else. So as we mentioned in the episode, I went to my ADHD appointment today.
Yes, you did.
So Thursday, Friday, sometime last week, they called me. I had an appointment at the end of July. I had every intention of, because it was several months out when I made it. It was sometime in like April or May. And I had every intention of like continuing to look somewhere else to find something sooner. And then life blew up. And all of a sudden it was a month away. And I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to leave it now.
Right.
And then they called me on Friday or Thursday, sometime last week. And they're like, hey,
Want to come in tomorrow?
do you want to come in Monday at 9 a.m.? And I was like, ooh, like, I just don't do 9 a.m. for anything.
It's hard for us because that's like immediately after drop off with the boys.
And
so sometimes
I don't
it's
have a car
hard,
yet.
It's hard to make it to those places.
Exactly. I don't have a car yet, so that adds another level of difficulty. Because any other time it'd be like, okay, you do drop off, and then I'll go to my appointment.
You just go.
Although this weekend I did drive for the first time since the accident. And then we also went and looked at 2 cars. Yeah. And sadly, it wasn't meant for us.
No, it wasn't.
But I fell in love with one of them. But someone else was literally looking at it at the exact same time. So we were like fighting over it, kind of, not really.
I think
we
they
were
were
more
using us.
Oh yeah,
I
but
think they were using us because
we were more
cash.
strict on the price,
Yeah.
and we were cash, and I think
Yeah.
she was finance and also had a trade-in.
Yeah.
So her deal looked more enticing,
Well,
and they were using the
they
fact
would end
that
up making more money on her deal than
Right.
ours because ours was just a flat
right,
number.
and they were, they got the advantage of someone literally else wants this car right now.
I think they
cash.
held us. I think they held us there so she wouldn't negotiate much more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like suckers, we were like, oh well, maybe. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a nice car. It
Yeah.
was, so I really liked it. So I kind of want to look for another one, or something similar. But we have some other cars that we're thinking about,
Yeah.
so we'll probably try and look at some of those, this week or maybe this weekend, depending on how John is feeling.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it getting real now?
I'm a little nervous in like, will it be able to happen?
Mm.
And then afterwards, how the healing process is going to be.
Do you want to tell him what it is?
I mean, we said if you watch the After Dark, we said it in the After Dark.
Cutting off the baby machine.
Yeah. I'm going to the
Closing
vet.
shop.
I'm going to the
Going
vet.
to the vet to get neutered.
So
that's on Wednesday. That was another reason
yeah.
I needed to like hurry up and like
That's Wednesday.
attempt
As a
to
matter
drive
of fact,
this weekend.
I'm gonna call the doctor after this to see if my
yeah.
prescription for my to settle the
To
nerves a little
calm you
bit
down on the way to the vet.
Yeah, on the way. I think it's something I want. It's not like I don't want it.
Right.
It's just
it's
I'm not
a
a
procedure. So
I'm not a
it's
doctor's guy.
nerve-wracking. Yeah.
I don't go to the doctor. I don't
Right.
like any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So luckily, I feel like once I see the doctor and talk, because he did put us
we
like
did
at
really
ease.
like
We
him.
liked him
Yeah.
and everything. So
Same
once we
with
get
my
there,
my psychiatrist today. Like she walked in and she had a full tattoo sleeve, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm pretty much good.
mine came in and he's like Dr. Miami. He's wearing
Literally.
he had this nice blazer which wasn't too thick because it's Florida heat.
Right.
It was nice and thin, and
he looks nice, very GQ.
Yeah, very very put together, and he kind of felt like I think he has two boys right as well.
Yes, and complete opposite of the first guy you saw who was old
he was a
guy
doctor.
who
He
wanted to like
he was a
put
doctor.
you under anesthesia, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So we
So-
procrastinated for
So
several
that
years.
kind of got me. And then this dude, he just came in. He's like, yep, we'll do it. He was real cool about
Yeah.
it. So I'm worried I'll go because he didn't like examine
right,
where the first dude did.
right.
So I'm afraid like I go there. He's like, ooh, yeah. So I think it's going to be better if we do go the anesthesia route, and then we won't be able to get it done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's I'm worried about that, and then I'm also worried about recovery and what that looks like. Although I know it's only like a day or two.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy,
Yeah.
and then you just have to. I think the biggest thing with recovery is after 2 days, you feel perfect. You feel like yourself,
Right.
And then you
still have to take
overdo it.
easy. Yeah.
Then you overdo it, and then there's bleeding involved. So I think
Right.
that part I can like.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry guys, can't do anything.
Not
Remember-
anything.
remember-
Just nothing strenuous.
Remember, the boys down there are still trying to heal, so I can't really
It's
do
a
much.
Man
See,
cold loading.
that part I got. Doctor, I got it. Doctor's orders. He
No,
said
I'm gonna
a week.
I'm gonna check
A
to-
week.
What
I can't
he
do.
do?
Anything. I can't do
It's not
anything for a
anything.
week. It's like a vacation
Fuck
around
out of
here.
here. I still had to do. I pushed a whole kid out of.
Listen,
And still had to do
Your
stuff.
anatomy is a lot different than the guy's anatomy. So they say a week. The doctor says not to do too much a week after. So
That just means don't go like mow the lawn. So that means do it on Tuesday or let
Oh,
your
I
mom
already
do
thought
it.
about it. I'm like, I had to go do that. I gotta go get water,
And
I
you
gotta
have
mow the
to
lawn.
give Panda a bath.
and I got all these chores to do before Wednesday when I cut them off.
You're not cutting him off. You're
No, I'm
just cutting the
line.
pathway.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else?
That's no. We talked about the car, your medicine.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Oh yeah,
the
and I
updates.
got prescribed. So I wonder if you guys will notice the difference on like future episodes.
Let us know if you've noticed, like, because there might be an uptick in posting because now you're clearer and you start posting regularly. There might
hopefully clean my
maybe your
workshop and my house,
right? And you're gonna post about that.
Yeah, of course.
So let us know if you've noticed a change. Because by the time you see this, because you're gonna start taking it tomorrow.
Yep.
So by the time you see this, even if you're patrons, you might have already noticed a difference. Let us know in the comments. Comment below. Let us know.
I know we got to get good about encouraging that stuff because we don't get that now.
No, not at all. We're good at telling other people to do it, and we do it for other people all the time.
We tell other people in the comments, make sure to like.
Yeah. So smash that like button and hit the bell.
Right.
No, but yeah, so let us know if you've noticed a difference in just how the only way they could tell is through social media. Yep. So let us know if you've seen any difference. I'm sure you're gonna probably make a post about it
probably
as well soon.
Maybe,
especially if tomorrow it goes amazing, you're gonna definitely post about it. So.
Yeah. I should do so. A lot of people kind of do like a follow me as like through the process and what you kind of do. And honestly, I'll be really disappointed if it doesn't make me want to like clean everything because I follow several people online who it's done that for. Of the doom piles everywhere. Your house is a mess. Your closet is just like obliterated. I mean, Callie was one of the first ones. She's actually in like part of the laser world. A little bit less now that like her weight loss journey stuff like social media has taken off. But she was one where, her house was a disaster, right? And I mean, ours is too.
Yeah.
And she was very vulnerable and showed like her bedroom where it barely had like any free, floor space. She hadn't used her closet in forever because she couldn't even get to it. I think even the bathroom in her room, she might not have like used or didn't use that much because there was just so much stuff. And I'm pretty sure the trigger for that was getting on the ADHD meds and all of a sudden being able to tackle that kind of stuff, because that's another thing that comes with it besides, so I realized around 38-ish when we were going through it with JR and I thought he had ADHD and I started researching it more and was like, oh crap, that's me. And
hold on.
What?
Sorry, keep going.
What's happening?
Keep going.
Oh,
keep going.
It's distracting. So anyway, so I realized like, oh, and then all of a sudden so much made sense for me and my life. Like back to school and back to, fourth grade and why I struggled in school, in middle school, high school, college, at work. Like now, all like it was like a freaking like a massive light bulb moment. And and it was mostly manageable. I didn't necessarily want to be on medication. I'm not good about taking pills. Now I am for the most part because I take vitamins and stuff almost every day. I fell off one of these last vacation trips and need to get like back on. But then it got to the point in the last few years where it really started to affect me and my business, the executive dysfunction and the, choosing a task and being overwhelmed easy and not being able to finish a task. And, prime example, I've been putting off like ordering. So Melody Passman, her daughter wanted to order some stuff from me for Next Level. And that reminds me, I need to finish that order. She wanted to, and sent, bless her heart, the patience she had to remind me a million times to send her an invoice. But I have been procrastinating because we needed to figure out a good color ordering system with my supplier. And that was its own beast. And because it not even difficult, but kind of just annoying and somewhat time consuming, I would procrastinate on it. And then that, that would lead into me not wanting to bill her until I was ready to order and, all of that. So, and it took me, I don't even really want to know how long it took me to finally like take care of it and bill her and actually, place the order. I've at least started the order. Now I just need to review it and like click submit. So, I'm closer.
Right.
But yeah, just little things like that. I have doom piles everywhere just because I'll even I'll have the time or the energy, and then I'll stand in front of it and be like, where the fuck do I even start?
Yeah, and you've asked me like, oh, I've got all these things to do. Where do I start? And I'm like, do you want me to? And then you like, yeah, just give me somewhere to start. And every time I would tell you, okay, well, we'll start with this. Yeah. And you'd be like, well, no, because if I do this, then I got to do this and do that and do that. Okay, we'll start with that. Well, if I start with that, then I got to do this. So there was always something else. And I was like, I don't know how your brain works, so I got nothing for you. Good
I don't
luck.
even know how my brain works. So,
and then there would be the bursts where you like clean this whole section up. Yeah. Like you just hyper focus, you do it.
And you know when that usually
is? And then it starts building after that.
And you know what that usually is? That's usually me avoiding another task. There's been so many times where my brain is like, there's some annoying task that needs to be done. And my brain is like, no. We don't want to do that annoying task. Let's clean up the workshop. Yeah. And it's like, no, I have orders to get out or something else that has higher priority. But then now my brain is like, ooh, but this shiny thing over here, creating new files.
When I see you designing, when I see you designing something like, oh,
something that's not an order.
There's got to be something
that I'm avoiding.
That's big that you don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
there's a 20 cup order and you're over there designing some butterflies for
random. Yeah. Just random. So yeah, we'll see how it helps. I've, what was it? Gwen. I don't remember her company name, but Gwen Get Creative with Jen. With Gwen. Wow.
Yeah.
She talked about ADHD and Vyvanse. She actually tried it she tried her sons. We don't recommend illegal activities. But she saw the difference it made for her. And I was like, shit, okay, fine. That was when I made the first appointment that went terrible.
Right.
And then another friend, just in case she doesn't want to share what she's on, but she told me about it also, Vyvanse. And I was like, okay. All right, that's two. It was 2 or 3 different people who were like, dude, the night and day difference of how everyone's like, is this how everyone else's brain is? I can't wait until like I have that moment because I've seen other people, at least, online or whatever, experience that.
And I'll be like, welcome, because the reels that you showed me about what you what goes on. Like, I don't know how you can live with. I mean, I guess you don't know anything different, right?
This is why.
Well, true, but you also don't know anything different. So to you, that's always been like all that going. Yeah, the noise
always there.
And for me, it's like, and I always chopped it up to how how they say like, the difference between men and women, and it's like
how there's sometimes where you're literally not thinking.
Like, what are you thinking
anything?
about? Nothing. How can you just sit there and not think about nothing? Be like, well, there's nothing going on.
Well, and I never truly relax because when I'm relaxing, my brain is making me feel guilty about all the million things that I'm not doing. Like inventory or organizing or cleaning or
I will say some of that is, at least because I have that too, some of that I think is normal.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the same extent.
The intensity
or whatever that you're feeling, because obviously I don't know what you're feeling.
Right.
But I can say from this side, that still happens
as
well. Like, you'll be like relaxing, although I can be like, okay, but we're going to get to that. Like, I have a set time where I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
So then it's like, then it like my mind is like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get to that. Then we relax.
Yeah.
So this is a relaxed time.
Yeah, no. Mine will say, okay, we'll do that tomorrow. And then my brain's like, but are you really gonna do it tomorrow? Because I know me and I know that something else will potentially come up tomorrow, or I won't also feel like it tomorrow, or it'll feel like overwhelming to just start. So one little trick I've just seen on social media to help with ADHD and that executive dysfunction of like starting a task is tell yourself you're going to do it for 5 minutes. Most of the time, 99% of the time, you're going to do more than 5 minutes.
Right.
The hardest part is just starting the task.
I guess give yourself permission to stop halfway through or as
exactly. It's like, oh, okay, if you really do want to stop 5 minutes in, okay, well, at least you did 5 minutes and, you know, whatever. So that's where, I don't even know where I was going with that, but like, that's one thing to do to try and do it. But starting even just is difficult. Like when there's things I have to do, there's always unlike Nike, it's not just do it. Mine is just do it tomorrow. If I can procrastinate, I'm gonna procrastinate. Yeah. And it sucks. I wish I had the brain like your mom's. So I don't wish I had it that bad. Because she literally never sits. She does not know how to. She's a complete opposite. Yeah. She doesn't know how to sit. You just gotta like. So Friday is Pizza Friday for dinner. She gets the pizza around 11 o'clock.
Yeah, because she finishes with all her other chores.
Because she does all her other chores, and she wants to get the pizza to make sure she has it, just in case, just so she has it for like that second that they get hungry.
This is
we
the
already
checklist.
Have it.
This is the checklist, and it has to be completed.
Yeah.
So the sooner I can complete this, the sooner it's done. Not even the sooner I can do something else.
No,
just
she's not going to relax once it's
done. No, because then she'll just
find something else.
Then she'll just do side quests after that. But this needs to be done, so she does it as fast as possible.
Yeah. So like, she's the type, if she has to work, we'll say she has to work at 7 a.m., okay? If she has to work at 7 a.m., even if it's 5 minutes down the road, she's leaving at the latest 6:15, 6:30.
Well, I heard the microwave go off at like 5 something. This morning.
She lives 5 minutes
I
from
was
work.
like, and she has to be at work at 6:30. And I was like, I thought the boys were up. Like, cause that's, like around 5, that's when like Jackson will wake up and like come into the room sometimes. Yeah. Or whatever. So like I hear the beeping from the microwave and it kind of like woke me up a little bit. And I look up at the time and it's 5 something. I'm like, why is the microwave? And I'm like half asleep still myself. Yeah. So I was like, it's 5. I'm like, is she really like making her oatmeal at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 6:30?
Yes. And us,
and then I was
we
like,
have to leave the house
I was like, you're gonna wake up the boys,
right? We have to leave the house by 7:30 to take the boys to
and my alarm
school.
is set for 7.
7. We get them ready. We get us ready. Like, well, I mean, today when I went with you, or like even if I was was going by myself.
Today was a late day because I was wrestling with the boys a little bit in the room, waking up. And you were coming. I
had to come
so,
too. Right,
so
threw
that
it
adds
off.
a little bit too. So we still left at like 38.
Yeah.
38.
Yeah. No.
And drop off went fine. JR, who's the last to be dropped off, was dropped off with plenty of time to still get breakfast and everything. Yeah. So it's like we were still technically on time.
Right. Yeah. But for her, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Yeah.
And for me, if I'm 5 minutes late, I'm on time.
And that's a problem.
I'm early.
That's like, still a problem.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a problem. I'm just the complete opposite. I'm always running late because of that ADHD, I tend to think that I can get this, and this done in this amount of time, and it's not true.
That's also a guy problem.
And so, I'll think, oh, okay, this will only take me 30 minutes, 2 hours later. And,
I'm horrible at predicting time, especially when it comes to like editing projects.
He's like, oh, it'll take me 30 minutes, hour tops. Yeah. And then an hour and 20 minutes goes by and I'm like.
Because it really took me 20 minutes.
What do you want?
But then I found better ways to fix it. What? Panda?
Panda.
She probably needs to go outside.
We let Panda in here now, but we don't let her over here because there's tons of cords and a whole bunch of stuff that she can mess up or unplug accidentally. So since we blocked it with my awesome tripod, which is now basically a doggy gate as well, she goes under my desk and stares at me through the clearing in some items. So she probably has to go potty. A mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Monkey business, right? I'm really disappointed that monkey isn't in their name, but I guess the business came first, so that makes sense. Right. But it was fun. I saw her and I was like, wait, you have monkeys and you have a laser business? Come on, get on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we're starting to kind of get back to normal.
Get our flow.
So thank you guys for bearing with us and hanging in there while we tried to get our life together. And we'll always be trying to get our life more together. So
yeah, and there'll always be obstacles.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's just life.
Yep. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's been another great episode of the Rad Bear Project. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Maybe we're all done. The Rad Bear Project. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Nino, I'm recording.